It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos under the lights on Sunday night.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And off we go from Denver. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
On first down, Nix. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Nix. This one swung out to Williams. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Trying for it with P-Rod. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. This is taken at the 15. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now Wilson. That is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early. If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, this is Harris. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, rule in the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face third and short. They go play action with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They run for it with Harris. Oh, what a move. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now left side on the swing pass. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be second and a couple.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A first carry now. This is Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Franklin. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Nix. And this is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Off play action. Nix.
The left side complete to Troutman.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Now Wilson on second down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Baron Browning coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
He's got his target. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there, because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Wilson. And it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
On third down, Wilson. In trouble, and he's taken down.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
Seems to me that our friend, Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Off the play fake, Nix.
Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On third down, Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Well, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Now it's Wilson.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Now 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Oh, this is a great play right here by a very versatile linebacker. It's a zone defense, so he's responsible for one area of the field. And Brandon, I don't think the quarterback ever saw him. Or if he did, he saw him too late because he snuck into a great position there to pick that one off.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Nix. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Screen play set up for Williams.
All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and he wanted to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape for the 1st and goal.
P-Ride is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. That could be an important swing right there. Touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
On second down, here's Wilson.
That's caught downfield by Pickens.
But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Wilson.
That quick throw there is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This is Harris on the draw. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This one from 48 yards away. Boswell's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. Broken tackle. There's a nice move, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 65 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now it's Wilson. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From midfield now, here's Wilson.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And he will have a Steelers first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his second touchdown of the night.
And the Steelers have moved out in front. That run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Extra point now by Boswell. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Throwing on first down.
Nix, slant pass. He's got Reynolds.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Off play action. Nix.
That's taken in by Dulcich.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Nix. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
His dad certainly had a few of these. Joey Porter Jr. there for the sack. Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe he starts to call more blitzes, because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short.
call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Last standing that time from Keanu Benton. Got in there and hit him for a loss.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On the give, it's Warren.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 1st down, Wilson.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On second down, Wilson. He's got this to Pickens. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it second down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Running left, it's Warren. And he'll get this down only to the 18. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Boswell's kick is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. So the Broncos coming out now.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
On first down, Nix. He finds his man, complete. That's Franklin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Nix. He completes this to Sutton.
And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as he's up to the 43.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Broncos on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
Listen, when you're at this point of the game, all options are on the table. 4th down, they say, we've got to go for it. And what a play they come up with. Big yardage there to keep the drive alive.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nix. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, Nix. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Adam Troutman, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast, where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there. And they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. A short one there to Freiermuth. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. They find some open field here. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run again with Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
And they'll indeed take a knee. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. And the kick is good, so you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby.